If you don't know me, my name is James Pikeway, and my colleague, Giorgio Uncagna, is behind stage. And we will meet Giorgio in a minute. Ourselves and a group of very dedicated volunteers, and of course our sponsors, are making this happen today, and of course you. Well, there we go, thank you. You saw two great videos. That's TED. That's what TED's about. And your reactions, your responses, that's what TED's about. We're very, very fortunate to have the European Director of TED joining us here, Bruno Giussani, and he is going to talk to you about TED. Bruno.
Good morning. Hello. Thank you, James. Good morning. Don't worry, this will not be a corporate presentation. Those who know TED mostly in two ways. As a conference, we have 3 this year, California in February, Oxford in July, and India coming up in 3 weeks. And as a website, you probably are all familiar with TED.com. Yet TED is a bit broader than that, because in the last 2-3 years, we've been adding many other things. We've been adding a fellowship, a TED Prize, an award that we give every year. We'll talk about that in a minute. A heavy presence on many social networks and other initiatives, including TEDx, of which you're part today. One thing that Chris did not say in the video at the beginning, because we didn't know about it when we recorded that video, is that TEDx has become, in just a few months, starting last March, this incredible global phenomenon. You're part of a group of people that have been participating in over 130 TEDx events around the world. And there are more than 300 already announced and coming up in the next 6 months, all over the world. From Tokyo to Moscow, from Stockholm to Kibera, the slum of Nairobi, and elsewhere. Big, small, in many different shapes and forms. A lot of excitement in those events, as I hope there will be today here. So TED has gone beyond being a conference to become a platform for spreading ideas, and it's really about that. It's really about spreading good thinking in the hope that it will change somebody's life, or maybe change the world if possible, and if we are lucky, for the better, of course. So it's not about TED, it's really about the ideas and the speakers that embody those ideas. Now, the organizer asked me to talk about a couple of things that are a little bit less known about TED than the conferences and the website. So here they are. The first one is the Open Translation Project. Some of you here in the room are already aware of it. But this is the TED homepage last February. It says, "Riveting talks by remarkable people free to the world." And indeed, the talks were there. They were by remarkable people, and they were free. But they were not exactly to the world, because they were all exclusively in English. So if you didn't speak English, sorry, good luck. And now if you look at the same page, it has an additional line that says, now available in Arabic, Deutsch, German, Hindi, Thai, Russian, and more. And if you click on more, you get this list of languages. These are the languages that are already available on TED.com. 50 plus. Not every talk is translated into every language, but some of them are in more than 10 or 20 languages. The most popular languages include Arabic, more than 140 talks right now. So now you go on any talk, and you have an additional menu there that says available in this case, 15 languages. You open the menu, select your language, and subtitles show up immediately. This is English, Arabic, Swedish, French, Japanese, and for this specific talk, 10 more languages. And if you look on the top right corner, you see links that says Open Interactive Transcript, because you can actually get the full speech in text in your language as well. So this is opening up these talks to the part of the world that could not access the English version. And very interesting things are happening around this. Now, when we started thinking about translating the talks in other languages. We started thinking, of course, at doing it professionally. Go to a professional translator, ask him or her to translate the talk and pay for that. And then we realized that we could never afford that. TED is a small foundation, and we have more than 500 talks up online, and we add one every day, and we want to reach as many languages as possible, potentially hundreds of languages. So it was economically impossible, and we reacted to that by reaching out to the TED community, to people like you, to people who visit TED on the website, to people who come to the conference, and others, and they responded overwhelmingly. There are right now almost 2,000 translators translating on a volunteer basis talks in their own language all around the world. On top of the 50 languages I've shown, there are 30 other languages that will go live in the next months, and they have been worked on right now. There are people like these two that are mentioned there. People who do really translate the talks because they are passionate about them. Why there are two names there? Because one translates and the other verifies the translation. And if there are discrepancies between the two, we work together with them to narrow them and to eliminate them until they both then can sign off to the text. This is one of the criteria that we have put in place for guaranteeing the quality of the translation. It's an open approach, it's an open source approach, but at the same time we want to guarantee the translation, the high quality of the translations to make sure, one, that we respect what the speaker is trying to say, and two, that people who get the talks in translated versions get the right story. So if you click on their names, you find their profiles. The one at the top here is the one who translated the specific talk I was showing, and the one at the bottom, Anur, I'm just showing him because he is the most prolific Arabic translator. He translated in the last 7 months 70 talks. So this is really ideas spreading in action. He's a hero of spreading ideas. By the way, there are several TED translators in the room as well. I've met a couple of them before. Thank you for your contribution. The second thing I wanted to mention is the TED Prize. Every year we give a prize since 2005 to 3 remarkable people. This is a prize that comes in 2 shades. They get some money and they get the right to come to TED and express what we call a wish, the TED wish, which is basically put on the table a project, an initiative, an idea, and ask the TED community, people in the room and people outside the room who will watch then on video, to help them realize it. These are some of the winners of, the 3 winners of this year, Sylvia Earle, Jill Tartler, and Jose Abreu. And just to give you an idea of what the wish is about, this is Sylvia's. I wish you would use all means at your disposal to ignite public support for a global network of marine protected areas, large enough to save and restore the ocean. So basically she's telling the TED community, help me save the oceans. It's not exactly a tiny project, right? It's not a project with a little ambition. Yet many people in the community felt compelled to help her and lined up behind her and started supporting her. And there is now a whole group at work that ranges from big research institutions or the National Geographic Institution and others to the individual who just volunteered to create the iPhone application for her project and everything in between. They're mobilizing, they're organizing, and you will hear a lot about Sylvia Earle and her wish in the spring next year.